Hello again. Today I have decided to do another funnel pad plug pour. I really enjoyed doing the last one. I was surprised at the results and I'm using similar colours, except this time I'm adding blue to it, and I really wanted to try it first of all without adding any more colours to the pad plug when I've finished, and also to swipe a comb through it after I have poured the colours. So I'm going to see if I can replicate a little of what I did last time. The canvas is weighted down a little and it's a bit saggy, but I'm not going to put anything under it because that encourages the paint to go in towards the centre rather than out to the outside, and I believe that is helps me a bit with the comb swipe and when I tilt. So I'm going to show you my colours now. My darkest colour is dark blue, red, green, gold and white, and the only one that isn't a mixture of bits and bobs is the white. The rest have got a bit of this and a bit of that, so I can't give you any particular brand or colour for these paints. I will start pouring them now into the funnel. I'm sorry, I apologise if I say colander at all because I've got that on my mind and I get the two confused. So it is the funnel, and I'll pour the paints in now and see how full I can get it. Wow, that is full. I'm very lucky it hasn't fallen over, and so far no paint. Oh yes, there's a little bit of blue starting to come out the bottom. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to bring the camera down so that you can see what happens when I lift that funnel. I think it's quite fun to watch. Okay, so now I have to do this very carefully. It is like really full, so I don't need to tip it one way or the other, but I'll gently lift it and show you what happens. And the inside of the funnel just bubbles a little. Well, I have to say I'm loving the colours already. I think I have given the pad plug long enough to drip off, so I will take it off. I wasn't sure what would happen by adding the dark blue to otherwise what I consider to be more of my Christmassy colours, but it's actually added a whole different dimension, particularly with the gold, and I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of patterns I can make now by combing through it. I love that piece going down there, that's different. I'll just lift it slightly so you can see. And the gold running through there, and then more of a piece of white through there with the zigzaggy pattern. It's just so different when it's when the colander paint is, sorry, I've said it again. It's just so different when the funnel paint goes through the pad plug. I've got my comb ready now, and I'm going to, this time I am going to do a cross. Quite often I'll do the intersection, but this time I'm going to do the intersection on the diagonal, so it'll be interesting to see what I get from that. Well, time to tilt and see what sort of picture I can create today. I think that's enough. I'm really pleased with how that's come out. Again, I have got that raindrop effect, the little white dots. I know it's from the fact that I only mix the paints up an hour or two before I do the painting, but I work at night, so sometimes it's quite difficult for me to actually pre-mix a night or even a day before. It's just more convenient for me to do it on the day I'm going to be painting. But so far I'm really pleased with the way that's come out. The blue is more predominant than I expected it to be, but I've still got fantastic shades of red, green, gold and white. And all my paints had been mixed with glue and water, so I didn't expect to get cells, just the popped air bubbles. Okay, well, I've decided to have a wee bit of a play around with this picture. Just a wee bit. I have to be very strict on myself that I don't go silly like I do sometimes, and just keep going and going and going and overdoing it on the painting. So I've got a small amount of silicone here in the bottom of the little cup, and I've got a chopstick which I'm going to dip in the silicone, and I'm just going to do some chameleon cells in strategic places to see what happens. So far, that one is popping a little, that one is hardly doing anything at all. So I'll try more towards the middle where I know there's a larger concentration of paint.